tired of feeling drained, dealing with constant fatigue, and experiencing ongoing health issues? Imagine living a life full of energy and vitality. Welcome to Toxic-Free Living, the transformative detox course designed for a healthier, toxin-free lifestyle. Many struggle with unknown toxins in their everyday environments, which are found in our food, homes, and personal care products. These hidden culprits can weigh you down, both physically and mentally. Introducing our 4-week online comprehensive detox course, starting November 13th, 2024. Dive into a personalized journey, tailored specifically to your health needs and toxin exposure, ensuring effective and lasting change. Unlike one-size-fits-all detox programs, Toxic-Free Living offers a customized approach. Develop your unique detox roadmap with expert guidance covering everything from assessing your toxic load to sustainable lifestyle changes. Gain insight into everyday toxins and discover practical strategies to replace them with nourishing alternatives. You'll learn simple, effective steps that seamlessly integrate detox practices into your daily routine. But don't just take our word for it. Listen to Sarah, who regained her energy and overcame hormonal imbalances, or Mark, who found relief from chronic health conditions. They and many others have revitalized their lives through our program. Ready to take control of your health? Join us and embark on a journey to detoxify your home, body, and mind. With limited spaces available, now is the perfect time to act. Click the link to secure your spot today. Start your toxic-free journey today and embrace a life of vitality and well-being. Remember, a healthier you awaits with Toxic-Free Living. Transform your life for the better. Join us now and take the first step towards a vibrant, toxin-free future.
A galactic historian is a person that looks at all the lines of dramatic karma. A galactic historian goes to each and every line of dramatic karma and lives in soul family with everyone, so they see the big picture of all of the karma that's going on in a local part of the universe.
The infrastructure of potential was there. You still had to connect the dots and use a series of free will expressions to get you there. There are also a number of people, the karmic doors closed them off to so much, all that was left was this galactic historian guy on the internet. People who listened to the Galactic History 1 and within a year went back to sleep because the world turned to be really shitty and no one woke up. None of the predictions happened. I understood as a higher soul that being in this time with the perceptive nature of the human I could be attracting people to the material that a person had to open the door with.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's Tuesday Live In Talking Stick Show. So we have our guest, we have Laura Massey. Hello, Laura.
Hi, Dale. Am I a guest today?
Sorry, co-host, sorry. I was on the brain for like right then. So we have our hosts, we have Laura Massey. Hello, Laura.
Hi everyone. Good to be here.
Good to see you as well. We have the great Amy Kruzic.
Hey, everybody. Welcome.
Hey, Amy. And we have David Ellis.
Hey, everyone.
And we have the incredible Andrew Bartzis.
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
Really good to have you on, Andrew. So if you'd like to come on for a reading, the description is, the link is in the description for you. So where are we going to start, guys? I know, Andrew, you wanted to talk about a subject matter today. What was that subject matter you wanted to talk about?
narcissists and how they are cope with losing, because we are seeing a news media that is full of narcissists and psychopaths that are coping the fact that they lost. And then we're seeing all of their subsidiary and heavy investors into their political concept going through the cracking of the reality, the beginning of being red-pilled. So how many of you have seen the videos out there? Lefties melting down.
Yeah.
Before this election, I called it the day of the election and the day after would be the beginning of the largest mental health crisis in American history. We're now seeing that in action, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah. And I was shocked with how young some of them are as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love like the entertainment aspect to it. Like you said, Andrew, those years ago when you said get the popcorn out, and it has been one of those popcorn moments every day, and like just waking up to seeing what happened, especially the election night, like waking up to the news that he did it. Like it was it still makes me smile because you're actually seeing change and you're actually seeing people coming forward and saying, fuck you, I want change now. We're sick of the way we've been living. So yeah, exciting times.
So guys, I shaved my head and I'm in part of the 4B movement now.
4B.
Yeah, David is.
I'm not
No,
dating,
is
I'm
off.
not having sex.
So you're not having Okay. Are you leaving the country?
I shaved my head and now I'm part of the 4B movement. Yeah.
Yeah. What is the 4B movement? I've seen it. I saw women shaving their heads.
See.
What? I know. It was
It's
mostly
also
women.
The abortion one, where they
It's it.
totally misrepresented what Trump said, haven't they? Related to abortion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My body, my choice.
Same concept. So what about when it comes to men, my body, my choice, vaccines?
Yeah.
My
Yes,
body,
yeah.
You can't use that argument.
That's a very
Yeah.
good point you just made there.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm tired of being objectified, so I shaved my head and I just want some respect right now. So yeah. I don't understand how it is that you could get on social media. You want to talk about narcissism and say, well, nobody's going to have access to my body for the next 4 years because I'm upset. Like, real people, like, nobody cares. Nobody cares. All right, you want to give me... Like,
Have you
seriously?
seen some of the comments? Some of the comments are from men, we wouldn't want access to your body. No, thank you.
And the thing about it is that I am not on the side of Republicans and I'm not on the side of Democrats. But if you are so confident in your beauty and your attractiveness that you're out here talking about, you're closing shop for the next, I don't know, 4 years? You're talking shit.
One of my favorite ones is when Kamala Harris says, "How dare you say Merry Christmas?" And they put a video on with Trump after, saying we're gonna make sure we celebrate Christmas, and he's dancing to all these Christmas songs. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
How dare you say Merry Christmas? Listen, this is what it is, right? People get too hooked up on things. Like, you remember when this COVID thing happened, and this lady, we did a show. All of us were in the show. And this lady went to Walmart and got into a fight rolling on the ground over toilet paper. You remember, remember that lady? You remember
Yes.
what, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, you left your house to go to a store to fight over toilet paper. What did I miss? Is there any help for you? And this election thing is also, it's not only the 4B movement. You have people threatening people online. They lost their minds. All right. They legally making threats online, putting themselves in legal jeopardy. You understand that?
Yep.
Now, after all of this has happened, let's just be clear. I don't care about Republican. I don't care about Democrats. However, give that man his props. He took a bullet to the face, and he still had attitude for people. I keep telling you, when you shoot somebody in the face and they still have attitude, it's a problem. That man is a problem. That man is going to be a problem. They should have known that, right? And they should have sent a better assassin, because it's either you kill that man or you can't beat him any other way, can you?
Yeah.
No.
So
No.
on Elon Musk talked about he switched, didn't he, when he got shot, because he saw, when he started fighting back for someone to be able to do that, that's when he decided to vote for him and changed, didn't he? Well, he said it in his video anyway, which is really cool.
It's an iconic moment. Let me tell you, I don't know if you've ever heard a gun go off or been grazed by even like a dart or something like that. If you still have attitude for people, that attitude has been there for years. That you came in with that attitude, and you're going to be leaving with that attitude. I'm telling you, that's a different level, and a lot of people don't have that on board. So, in terms of leadership, let's take out all the other stuff. He may be misogynist. I don't care. I don't. Whatever. You see when that happened? Every policeman and military person voted for that man. That man gained his man card right there, right? I am telling you, okay, because that's a hard thing to do. But as the case may be, and then I see people on the internet going after the voters. You remember this? You've seen this, guys, right?
Yes.
Calling the Latinos misogynist. Is that what it is?
Racist.
Racist, yeah.
They call it racist and misogynist. Racist first.
Or racist first? They're mixing it up?
They're mixing it up. It's convenient. It's convenient for them whenever it's convenient. What about the podcast? Like Trump was doing all the podcasts and JD. So why wouldn't the other side say,
Because
let's do that?
They believe mainstream media still made a difference.
Well, he just proved it doesn't, didn't he?
Yeah, he literally just proved it didn't.
Yeah.
That means the entire model has to be redone over the next 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
It shattered the echo chamber and the forcing of not listening to the logical side, like, because all the polling people were lying because they were told to lie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Did Joe Rogan lose any subscribers?
No, he gained.
He gained. Yeah. That's hilarious.
It's a real problem that they have now. They have a real problem. If it's not fun to be a Democrat right now, I am saying this in all earnest. And to be quite honest, if you got caught up in the political nonsense, whether it be on the right or whether it be on the left or whatever else, you have only yourself to blame if you have a mental crisis happening now.
Yeah.
So Harris was going to go on Rogan, wasn't she? But she said that he had to go over and do it there, and it was going to be 45 minutes, and she wanted it editing. So
and he just said, "No, I'm not doing that. You're taking it all away." Exactly.
Yep.
So,
can you imagine her in an honest conversation with Joe Rogan for 3 hours? Like, what should you do? A few hours in, she just start like crying. Like,
that would have been bad.
That would have been bad. But are they blaming it on Joe Biden? Is that who are the Democrats blaming?
Everybody's blaming everybody internally right now.
Okay.
Everybody's pointing fingers and blaming everybody else. Honestly, I do believe that they hurt themselves when they went after that man utilizing the judiciary and the legal system. Oh, yeah. Because people saw it, and listen, Stevie Wonder could see through it. You're going after your political enemies, right? And that is a third world tactic which people not about, and you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
And what's the psychology of these people like 4B, is it? And all those who are like throwing their toys out the pram, didn't get what they want, and leaving the country. I know it's narcissism, but is there some Karen energy in there as well, which is also narcissism? But I'd
say it's more than Karen. That has to be Karen.
Karen 2.0.
Yeah.
I kind of like to call it entertainment because I've watched hours and hours
Okay. This is another thing. This is another thing. What about the people, celebrities mostly? What am I going to tell my daughter? My 10-year-old daughter. What am I going to... What?
Nothing. They should never be involved in politics at that age.
Yes.
You're talking to her about abortion now? At 10 years old? Shouldn't she be out playing with sidewalk chalk or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought that was hilarious. Jimmy Kimmel crying. That was fake, though, do you think?
Total. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if it was fake or he was really crying. I don't know. I don't have an answer. I think there's a bit of real tears there because he realizes his world is ended, and he's under investigation now from all the Diddy tapes.
Oh,
yeah, wow. He's about to be indicted.
Who's that?
What?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh, Jimmy Kimmel is. I never knew that. Wow.
No.
He was at every Diddy party. We've known that for a while, long before the Diddy tapes came out. Okay, he was a Diddy-ator. He was a Diddy-ator.
Diddy-ator.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
You have. It's like, what's this other guy's name? The other who's in prison right now? He sang the R&B songs.
Oh, Kanye.
No, not Kanye. Biggie.
Kelly.
No.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly. Let me ask you a question. You have a talent. You make lots of money. Hand over fist. You could have any woman that you theoretically want. Not any woman, but you know what I mean.
Right.
But you still find yourself in jail because you're checking for an underage girl? Seriously, what is happening to these people? Like help a brother out. What does that mean?
It's not just any underage girl. It's an underage girl that he can pee on. The other underages just don't work if he can't pee on.
Andrew, let me ask you a question. How many people do you think for, let's say, let's call it $1,000 would let somebody pee on them? Think about that very carefully. My man, you could have gotten somebody, paid them $1,000 and pee on them. You have millions. What is the problem? Why did you find the one underage girl to put you in jail?
He wants them to voluntarily pee on him. He doesn't want to pay to pee.
Pay to pee. He doesn't want to pay to pee.
$1,000.
Oh gosh.
Like how many people? Oh, he wants them to voluntarily just stand there and no, listen. Wow, you're right. Actually, to be quite honest.
No, but he held women captive. He held women captive in his home.
R. Kelly?
Didn't he?
No, that was
He was just peeing on them. They could have gone anytime they want.
I swear this one girl was held captive. I'll look it up.
I don't understand how you make a criminal complaint out of that. Because, hear me out, guys. Hear me out.
Okay.
If you are upset that somebody's peeing on you, you would move out of the way.
One would expect that, yes.
Out of the way, out of the way. You know, there's a stream coming, and it's not a nice internet type stream either. Leave the place. Why is there a criminal complaint on that? Oh, because she's underage. And I don't understand, do these people, all the people that got caught on this Me Too stuff and the underage people, do they not have parents?
Yeah, well, this girl, there was a girl, Jocelyn Savage. She was brainwashed.
Okay.
That's what the parents are saying because they said she was never like that before. So her parents...
Never like what?
Was never like that, like staying with this guy, R. Kelly.
She didn't like being peed on before, is what you're saying.
Well, maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But her parents claimed a police report because they couldn't find her. They didn't know where she was. And so she said she's fine. I don't know.
She's fine from being peed on? Or
I don't know. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that.
Very specific.
They're not telling me that. They're not telling me that. But yeah. Anyways.
So, and then there's the P. Diddy situation. This man has almost $1 billion, right?
I don't know.
I don't know
Kelly.
what with this, but it's probably a lot.
I don't think Kelly has $1 billion, does he?
No, P. Diddy.
Oh, P. Diddy, sorry, yeah.
Oh, P. Diddy.
Oh, P. Diddy, I think I actually saw that. It was like 825 his net worth was. And I think Jay-Z was the one with 2 billion or something crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have all that money. You are telling me you're having parties. You are beating up a woman. Why?
Well, I guess you can't take that out of a person, right? No matter how much money they have, if that's always been in them and they haven't changed it. How, right? That weirdness, whatever.
Narcissism, control.
Yeah. I don't care. I don't think it matters how much money.
No.
Honestly.
You could just afford better therapy, but whether it would have any effect.
You mean you have all that money and you just find yourself in jail for no good reason? Because you can't keep it in your pants? That's unbelievable.
With R. Kelly, there's more than just the P tapes, all right?
Yeah. There's child pornography.
There's far more going on for that. Okay. He did not give in to the crazy Hollywood, you have to go to the Diddy parties. He had his own shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
And he was protected by his own group of people, and that's why they took his ass down.
Yeah. Plus child pornography.
Well, there's a lot of child porn stuff are going to come out when it comes to the P. Diddy stuff, because he had all the Hollywood agents sending him every kid and their mother. That's how Justin Bieber got to him. Okay?
Yes, Justin Bieber.
I want somebody in the chat. Guys, of all the sexual fetishes and whatever, could somebody explain the concept of being peed on to me? Anybody? Chip in. Right? Anybody in the chat? Anybody? Just tell me, what is the notoriety of being peed on? Humiliation ritual. Okay. So the person being humiliated likes it?
Sometimes. They could get aroused by it.
They're into some weird shit, aren't they? I've heard loads of stories of what stuff they're into.
Okay.
I think arousal would be one.
How do you...
It's a fetish, isn't it? They have weird fetish.
It is a fetish.
Yeah, it's like, you know that video, was it Two Girls, One Cup? That type of stuff. Like, some people are actually into that shit. Literally into that shit.
You're my bitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
maybe degradation.
All right. So apparently, from what we can ascertain, at least 1/3 of the United States is hurting really badly and losing their minds. People are going down the 4B movement road, which is a benefit to everybody, now that I think about it, and they're shaving their heads and so on. Because they just want to be like Mike, right? Anyway, they're shaving their heads and so on, right? And I'm like, when you shave your head and you don the blue band, what is the resistance that you're planning?
There is no plan, David. It's a no plan. I am in forever resistance.
Okay.
You don't attribute intelligence to a movement that's illogical.
People are something else. So I have been going down the rabbit hole of these reactions because, for research purposes, of course, it's not like total entertainment.
It's like when David, remember when I introduced you to the Drizzle movement?
Yes. It's for research.
This is an extension of even that. The culture war on political scale.
Drizzle.
How much of the drizzle movement is coming through in some of these meltdowns of the leftist women? I'm entitled to have my president. You're a racist because you didn't erect a black woman. No.
What is it? And I hear people cutting off their family members.
Yes, totally cutting off the family members. But that's been going on for a while.
Which is wild to me.
Well, no, some weird lady psychologist went on MSNBC and told them to not go to their Thanksgiving dinner.
Wow.
Yeah. And that woman is now in hiding.
It's funny when you go down X and all you see is someone screaming, grabbing like a pillow, and you're like, fuck's sake, not again, not again. And they've actually started to make music out of it. So some of the screams they remix and start adding loads of samples to it. So it's a song.
Guys, listen. We want to be clear. We don't care about Republican or Democrat. We're having an entertaining session because we want to show you guys how ridiculous all this nonsense is, right? Yeah. It's ridiculous. Come on. Like, I mean...
Yeah.
It's like polarity. How's that working for you?
Yeah, how's that working out for you?
Or zealot, would it be an even better word than polarity? Because polarity sometimes you need for your learning, but zealot is like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna add something here. You think the copium is strong now? Wait until you have the censorship regime pulled in front of the Senate hearings, not congressional hearings, Senate hearings, and Facebook and the remnants of Twitter and all the other social media, YouTube especially, have to start telling the truth about their DMCA takedowns of the big conservatives. Okay? Because that's going to go right to the 230 bill. Do they still have protections under Section 230, which will more likely be repealed in the first year, which will then mean YouTube will be broken up.
Wow. What do you think is going to happen to Facebook, Andrew?
That's why Zucker turned tail and said, I was told told to do this. Yeah, that's why he said, I agreed with, I listened to what the censorship regime said. He did mea culpa.
Okay.
Do you remember that when he stunned everyone in front of the Congress and said, yeah, here's the information.
But does that exonerate him from anything?
No. That just puts him on the side of, I'm not supporting the losing team.
Oh.
He's trying to regenerate his image and save Facebook. Seriously.
Well, he started going to UFC events a few years ago, didn't he? And started becoming friends with all the fighters. So you saw his face a lot.
Yep.
Guys,
he didn't realize how hated he was.
When he walks down, with the UFC fighters, you just laugh at him or starts laughing at him.
It wasn't just the social media platforms. There was a story that ran a couple of days ago. FEMA.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was one of the section leaders told the people after this hurricane that hit them, which was the last one that hit Florida, and to not give assistance to houses with Trump signs out to them, and that is Federal Emergency Management Agency, not good.
Yeah, that person's been fired. Been fired.
No, that's a criminal action. This is another thing I don't understand. One of the reasons why this turnaround has happened is because people are getting tired of injustice.
Yep.
That is injustice. Come on.
We don't have justice.
No.
Nor transparency.
And go ahead, Laura.
No, go on, David. Go on.
No, I just wanted to add that California, which is the most liberal state, I used to live in California. They pulled back the DA in Oakland.
Yep.
They pulled back the DA in Oakland because of progressive policies or whatever else. You can be progressive without allowing criminals to go free. When somebody is a known criminal and so on, this woman wanted a serial killer to get off without carceral punishment. Okay? Meaning that
David, it's more insidious than that.
This man killed children, 9-year-old child. Come on,
Yeah.
no. He needs to be locked away. Right?
David,
But she didn't recommend that he be put in prison.
right, because the amount of money it would take to put him away for life, the state can't afford it. And the reality is the private prisons that have taken over only want productive citizens that make money for them on the other side. What this really is a failure of the private prison situation, why all these laws are coming like it.
When you have an extreme case such as this,
Yep.
You have to make exceptions for a serial killer that killed kids. That man definitely needs some sort of punishment, and he needs to be away from people. There was another case, I believe, where a little Asian child was killed in traffic. They were killed in traffic while driving on a highway, an open highway. There was a gun battle between two cars, gang related, and a stray bullet hit a kid. All right, so they had these guys arraigned, and the DA suggested that they not be given jail time. The other thing that is happening right now is that Trump has put in a new borderland security officer.
Yep.
I don't know his name. And the Massachusetts governor piped up and says that he will not be cooperating with any deportations. I want to explain, people don't understand the difference between federal and state law, right? So, Andrew, shall we give them a little bit of a heads up?
Very important. This one's very important, everyone. Listen to this shit. Federal
law supersedes state law when it gets to the Supreme Court. There has not been a case where the state law has won over federal law. There hasn't been a case. There's no precedent for that. So what the Massachusetts government is saying, the governor is saying, is that they will not be turning over illegal aliens to ICE, which is a federal agency. Okay? The problem is, all ICE has to do is roll up into your state. Okay? Say, anybody who turns over any illegal aliens gets $50. And that will clean out your whole state. And there's nothing you could do about it. Right? If you see, like, what is happening in these states is that the illegal aliens, they get picked up by the state patrol and they put in jail as a shield, right? So they're in processing. That's what is safe. This was a technique that was used by a lot of sanctuary cities. They put them into processing. So if they're in processing, the federal government can't find them. Okay?
Right.
They can't take them away. But that's a delay tactic, right? Because they're going to turn them out on the street when ICE is gone and they go about their business. That was actually a real tactic that is being used in the US. I have a deep suspicion, however, that all of that is about to go away. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because the guy that they put in charge of immigration, he seems like a very serious individual. That man is not joking. That man is that man is something else. The way he handles meetings and so on, you could tell that man is into law enforcement at 100%.
Yep.
So
I think his name's Homan. Holman?
Yeah. So it's a sad day for everybody. I'm telling you, I would not listen. I don't know how I feel about the immigrant situation. There are two parts of me. The first part of me is that I think that it puts a strain on a country's resources if your borders open.
Mm-hmm.
So if your gas prices, your food prices are going up and you can't get a job, you have nobody to blame but yourself. Look at what happened in New York. What's the other city?
Chicago.
New York, Chicago and New York. On the other hand, people are running for their lives a lot of the time. The problem with that is that when people run for their lives, if you're a victim and you're running away from a bad situation and you used to pay criminals, guess where the criminals are going? With you. You don't just leave your victim, your abusers behind. They're following you. Okay. So what you have now is that the Hispanic vote turned against the Democrats specifically because they're like, yeah, we ran away from these people. We don't want them up in here. Okay. And they have look, Andrew, the fact that they're having trouble analyzing some basic human emotions and so on is wild to me. Like, you don't see that. Is it that they're playing dumb or they are actually that dumb?
Both. Yeah. I really think they've just allowed the shit to play out because the management's ego hit is so hard, and that the system is just repeating what it's done. Though this morning on Morning Asshole Joe, he has changed tune really fast and is preaching you got to accept these people, you can't hate them. But he just spent the last 4 years in Trump is Hitler. So he's lost all of his internal credibility and external credibility. And all of these guys are dealing with that now. And MSNBC is up for sale. Did you know that, David?
Yeah, Comcast is selling it.
Yeah, and CNN's for sale, too. Imagine if Musk buys CNN or MSNBC.
With Alex Jones on Friday.
Yeah, with Alex Jones.
All America.
Oh, God, that would be fun. Oh, listen.
Yeah,
What happened when take it backwards? Like Ted Turner used to own CNN, right? He bought.
Yep. He did the AOL deal, and he got kicked out of his own company, and it was never supposed to be that. He got hardcore shafted.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about that. Okay.
Yeah, he essentially got politically moved out of his own company, and he was the one that put the deal together. Everything.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Who bought it from him? AOL?
Time Warner became one company, and then AOL failed. Time Warner became Warner Brothers, which is Warner Brothers, which spun off into another committee. But there was a cell phone company in there at the same time, which actually took over the majority of Time Warner, CNN, and they had morons as managers, like people who didn't know anything, like their ass from a hole in the ground.
Andrew, I need to correct you here. AOL didn't fail. We know a few people with AOL emails still.
The stock failed.
At one point.
But do I need to remind you who has an AOL email?
Viacom, that was the AOL Time Warner, then Viacom.
Viacom.
Yeah. And then Blockbuster was behind Viacom, and Blockbuster failed too. So, was all the dinosaurs thinking the dinosaur was going to survive, the end of the world event, and it didn't.
Okay, so when did?
Go ahead.
No, I just want to know when all these media. They used to talk about they used to talk about both sides, and then it just became one side. When did that happen, and why? When did it become?
Just after the 2008 meltdown.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
They began to transition from normal news reporting to complete opinion reporting. Opinion reporting was there before, but it took over the entire cycle in 2008.
Okay, so there's something behind.
That's what got Obama elected.
Propaganda.
Yep.
Well, I suppose they had even more covering up to do with that. That was the financial meltdown, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Sure, that was the financial meltdown, and they had the news media captured. The thing is, since that time, they have degraded their own believability, where people have wholesale walked away. Like, they've never had ratings. Like, the ratings they had when Obama got elected were like gigantic, and they're minuscule compared to the ratings that when Obama was around. And yet, how does it survive as a business? Because the donors keep the news channel alive. They know what it is as a propaganda arm.
And pharmaceutical kind of holds them up.
There's the pharmaceutical is the advertising dollars. You ever watch the news and see anything that isn't a pharmacy ad?
No.
And I guess, Andrew, it's the older generation, isn't it, who mostly watch it? Like the young generation now watching TikTok, but the older ones are dying off.
And they're dying off, and they're getting less and less and less, and the regular kids don't give a shit about managed media news.
I will never forget the way they try to take down Joe Rogan, because his viewership was 11 million.
Well, they tried to hide the YouTube interview, didn't they? It didn't trend at all, and people couldn't search for it when it came out. Yeah, I think it was getting something crazy like 1.3 million views an hour or something.
Yep. And because they fucked up and said, "Oh yeah, we fixed it," then it went out on X, and now it's got triple the amount of views it would have normally got. It's over 150 million views right now.
Wow.
Wow.
Can I tell you something? I hope right now the stock that should be the highest is popcorn. Right? I'm going to invest in popcorn, because everybody with a bowl waiting to see what the next 4 years is going to be like. Because I am like, even now, his appointments are driving people bananas.
The popcorn futures look good.
Correct.
Yes.
So does it. More people going on to X.
Oh, by the way, you guys in Europe, and you guys in the UK, this is going to affect y'all. I think so, because they've realized that populists like Trump, right? So in the UK right now, y'all have a very interesting situation, because y'all are very suppressed in your free speech right now, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes. That's what I thought, David, what the knock-on effect here is going to be from America going into that change for England and other countries, seeing that, like, citizens sick of what's going on here, but in America, they're cleaning it up. What are they going to be doing? A lot of people, my prediction is a lot more people are going to be out there marching, or like going in front and saying, we want this, we want change. It's exciting. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Well, Dale, tell him what you and I were talking before about Nigel Farage probably being the next MP there.
Yeah, so there's a guy called Nigel Farage who's part of the UKIP party. So it's a UK independent party, and he's been trying to go to be the prime minister every election, but he's kind of been sidelined, made out to be racist, made out to be Hitler, and so on. But it's only lately in the last few years people are seeing him for what he is. He wants to obviously make Britain, like what America's doing, is detaching from corporations and becoming self-sufficient. So what they're saying is that Donald Trump really likes Nigel Farage. And I'm speaking to Andrew earlier about it, and Andrew believes as well that he's going to be like the next Trump, possibly, because he's got that independent status and wanting to actually reform everything instead of being led by the global narrative and so on.
He's the British version of Trump.
Could you ask Nigel if he's willing to take a bullet to the face? Because
he does look like David. He does look like that kind of guy. Look him up. He does look like he'd take a bullet. We're not gonna lie.
Come on, David. Brits don't have guns. I bet they're gonna do a shoe or a knife at him.
Fine one. Brits do have guns.
They will throw a shoe or a knife at him.
Knife.
He's like just palms it off.
Oh God. Because that might be what it takes. That might be what it takes. There was another far right guy, Robbie. I can't remember what his name is.
Starbuck.
Starbucks?
Yeah. And he was populist. This man got into what, like 1 million fights in his little campaign in England, like 1 million fights. A provocateur extreme, right? This man is a legend in UK politics, right? I think this is going to be an interesting time. I think all the woke people who cancel people, they are in a lot of trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I
They're
think
in a lot of trouble.
Ricky is doing a great job.
So I've got a question for you, Andrew. So what do you think, like, a prediction of the relationship between Trump and the president of Ukraine is going to be like? Because wasn't the president of Ukraine going to America and receiving $1 billion, going back with $1 billion or something? Or is that just a story?
100 billion at a time.
Okay.
So the war will be over in Ukraine before Trump takes office.
Wow.
I believe, this is my personal belief, that Trump talked to Zelensky and then talked to Netanyahu and said to Zelensky, you have until I get into office to end this. Figure out how you want to end it. Give away the Donbass. You already knew what's going to happen. And then he told Netanyahu, do whatever you want to do, but I don't want to see this come back up during my term. So get it done before I take office.
Wow.
Wow.
Why Netanyahu, not Putin? What's the link there?
Everything is going on there with Putin. It's not that they don't have money and they don't have the ability to support things. They are counter-testing equipment. Okay? Russia put in a bunch of very older pieces of machinery on purpose because Ukraine just had old machinery there with terribly supported troops. Now it's to the point where it's highly supported troops with highly supported machinery, and they're proving that their equipment is as good as the UK's or Americans' materials at half the price coming from North Korea and China. So they're proving that their systems will have, their weapon systems will have a very big uptick in military sales after this war.
Here's the thing.
That's why it's got to end fast.
Here's the other, it needs to end fast because BRICS is consolidating. They have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 meetings.
Yep.
Since this Trump thing. And for those of you who don't know what BRICS is, that would be Brazil, Russia, what is the S? India, China. China, I believe, what's the S stand for? Is it Saudi? I can't remember. I think I can't remember the other. BRICS countries, they form an alliance.
It's Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. They form an alliance and they're consolidating ever since this Trump thing because they know what's coming. This is going to be economic warfare on a scale that we have not seen before. Having said that, where I live in Canada, y'all on the chopping block as well. If y'all are South Africa, sorry, yeah. Right? You guys are on the chopping block because Canada is always on the firing line if Trump is around, okay? That man has it in for us on the aluminium. So I see myself, you got to plan your life correctly, guys. Wherever you are in the world right now, find a farmer who's a friend of yours. Find a farmer friend. Because you might like to grow your own vegetables, okay? All right? Before long, you might need to grow your own vegetables. Find yourself a farmer. Plan your life correctly because I believe Elon Musk had warned that there would be some economic hardship coming. He is not kidding. Because once this game starts between NATO and the North American Alliance and BRICS, they're going to try to hurt each other as much as possible. So there will be no stepping back. Nobody wants to step back.
So didn't Trump talk about the trade with China, that he was going to put that on hold? All of getting the stuff from China from America. Was that right, Andrew or David?
It's actually
that's the beginning of it.
he's talking about the corporations that offshore everything and try to save everything by offshoring all the American jobs and then sending stuff here with no tariffs.
Yeah, that would be your iPhone, in case you're wondering.
Yeah.
It's really towards the corporations that are doing it, not towards China.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
That would be your iPhone, in case you're wondering. That would be most of your clothing, in case you're wondering. Yeah. You like to wear brand name? Well, that's going to cost a little bit more.
Well, if it comes from Abercrombie and Finch, you're screwed, because their CEO and CTO are both under investigation for sex trafficking, as bad as Epstein.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that, did you?
No, we didn't.
What is that?
So the CEO and CTO, so two guys of Abercrombie and Finch, were arrested for male sex trafficking, bringing underage men across, exactly doing at Epstein, except for it's all men.
Wow.
What is going on in the elite? Help me out. What's happening? Did I miss a memo or something? What's going on?
The Diddy tapes and the Epstein tapes are in play. That's what this is. They are in play in the background, and blackmailing like motherfuckers are going on right now.
Okay, I'm gonna have to ask a question.
Yeah.
Is there a certain economic threshold that you reach that you just decide to screw everything that moves? Help me out.
There is.
Like after the first million. After the first million. No, let me see if I get this straight. After the first 10 million, you start peeing on people, apparently, right?
No, that's 40 million.
Yeah.
But if you go up another tax bracket up there, then you trafficking people. What's going on? What's happening?
People believe they're above the law, David. There's that corporate arrogance and psychopathy.
Andrew, you could think that you're above the law and do something like, I don't know, parallel parking and non-parallel parking zone. You don't have to go full on sex trafficking little girls, beating women in a hotel on camera. Like, what the hell is going on?
David, that stuff's been in our culture for a very long time, long before there was even a television. That shit's gone on. Okay, you go back to the Elizabethan era; it was an industry. Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's a mental aspect as well. When it's a mental issue of power and control, and the power dynamics, and they express themselves sexually. Now, when we talk about spiritual toxicity, because this is a show that deals with wellness, when you talk about spiritual toxicity and people say money is the root of all evil, I think the evil was there from the beginning.
Yeah, it came from the apple or the snake, one or the other.
Yeah.
Right? Because you cannot tell me that you wake up one day, you have $1 million and say, oh, I should totally pee on somebody today. Oh my God. You don't just wake up one day and just decide,
I think R. Kelly's peeing issue began at childhood. He peed the bed.
He peed the bed.
Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with how much money you got.
Yeah.
I think he did a bit more freaky shit than that.
And I think when people decide that they're going to be corrupt in the soul like that, like Puff Daddy is corrupt in his soul. His soul is sick.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because he gets stuff of degrading people, all right? All right. And now there is homosexuality and then there is sickness, okay? That man got off on degrading people. Okay? I remember when Bill Cosby was the biggest scandal that there was out there.
Yeah.
That's classic Hollywood degradation and humiliation, David. That's been going on since the hooker and cocaine days of the 1920s.
Yeah. Is it money that does that, though? That's very
Power.
good.
Power does that, David. Power.
What power did P. Diddy have apart? Well, he had gangsters.
He could make and break any rapper out there, any musician out there. He has the ability to make and break you in the industry.
Well, didn't the deep state set him up? Like, you're the guy that's going to do that?
Or he got to that place in power and they just hired him because it's easier to hire something in place and make your own.
Right. And
Yeah.
he took the job. He said yes.
Well, he subcontracted. He was already doing it.
Yeah, he subcontracted. Oh gosh.
There seems to be something particularly wrong with the fact that and then there was this scandal with this other rapper Drake, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And underage girls and stuff like that. There seems to be an infection in Hollywood that needs to go away.
Which is related to the woke mind virus that took over and started the cultural vandalism to all of our major shows. It was a drunk on power attitude.
Yeah. No, okay. I'm beginning to see a pattern here, Andrew.
Yep.
Because a lot of the policies that they try to push in terms of, and I'm going to be very honest, and I'm going to be very straight on the show.
Mm-hmm.
If it is that I am in your school system and I am teaching your children about sex and they are underage, there is absolutely no reason for that I can justify because the reason that they gave was that they are sensitizing children to the differences between people. Yep. Remember, this is the reason that they gave. Their children, they don't even know what the differences are, right? Every psychoanalyst on earth know that children are polymorphously perverse. They can go either way. It depends on how they are brought up. But then when you look at what's coming and happening in Hollywood and in the elites, and then Epstein and then Diddy and then Cosby and then R. Kelly and all these people and so on, you begin to see an emergent pattern that says people would like children sensitized towards sexuality. And there is something nefarious about it. Don't tell me you want them to grow up with compassion and knowing people are different. Because help me out. Amy, you were a kindergarten teacher.
Yeah.
My question to you is, when you were teaching children 5, 6, 7, and you see 5, 6, 7-year-old children, you think they give a toss about gay or not gay? They don't even know what the hell that is unless you tell them.
Exactly.
Just children.
Exactly. They play with each other like, boys play with girls, didn't matter outside on the playground.
So, there is a secondary benefit. There's a secondary benefit making them hyper aware of sexuality. Right. Yeah. And the secondary benefit is that the thing about children is that they are curious and they have a sense of wonder. Now, just follow me here. If I tell a child that iron is hot and if you touch it, it'll like explode, don't touch it. You know that child's going to go touch it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. They will.
You see this stuff?
Can I say something here with the I was thinking of Drake, and then I was thinking of Justin Bieber, and I was thinking of P. Diddy. So when you think about them and Taylor Swift, think about the age of kids that go to see them. They're like 9 to 13-year-olds.
Right.
And
so
all the lyrics.
The same reason you had all the sexual abusers inside the different kids shows at Disney or at, what was it, the other one, Nickelodeon Network.
Well, Andrew, there's been a guy who's been on TV for the last 12 years, morning show, child show, doing all these accents, and he's been taken to prison for like thousands of images and molesting kids, and he's been on TV. I used to watch him every morning. Bluey, or not Bluey.
Oh, Blue. Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Bluey, Amy, but it's just it's this guy, and he does loads of different acts, and he goes around. He has clown costume on, and this is just lately, and he's been put in prison because he's been molesting kids, and I've watched him with my kids. Like the kids have loved watching it all the time. I'll have to find his name.
Does he wear orange?
I think so. He wears he has face paint and stuff and whiskers and shit on him.
Dale, Pee Wee Herman, remember him?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Jerking off in a theater.
Yeah.
Hey, it'd rather be jerking off in a theater than onto someone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jerking off in a theater. And all I want, nobody's telling me what movie he was watching.
And can I go back to when you said kindergarten? So, 5-year-olds they're sexually, you can tell that they're into like, oh, he's a boy. And I have to say there's some influence with the teachers, because if a girl would kiss a boy, he would say, cooties, ew, right? But then one teacher says, oh, is he your boyfriend? Is she your girlfriend?
And
it triggers them. Oh, I'm supposed to love them. Yeah, so it's subtle. It's so subtle. I cringe every time a teacher would say that. It's like, oh.
There's a compilation on YouTube where after Trump won, the teachers have went up in the classrooms and are berating students.
Yep.
What?
There's a compilation on YouTube for this.
Wow.
There's a huge purge of teachers going on in Iowa, Iowa State, Oklahoma, all the big Midwestern colleges are getting rid of their entire DEI departments because the lawsuits are through the roof now. And there's an entire group of lawyers specializing in DEI defenses for companies that didn't realize what was going on the last 5 years. Like when the lawyers organized to form special organizations to defend corporations against DEI lawsuits, shit's getting bad.
I am not quite sure how things got to the stage where people are clearly doing wrong shit. It's clear. It's not something that is subtle, hidden, whatever the case may be, whatever you want to talk. And they somehow make an appeal to compassion. So
David, we got there very easily because there was a censorship regime censoring all the negative and promoting what they wanted for 5 straight years. And if you said anything against the censorship regime, you were canceled, cut off, made irrelevant, or worse, went to jail.
well, all that's over
That's how
now.
they got away with it. That's how they got away with it.
Yeah, well, all that's over now because I'm going to tell you that things are going to be very, very, very rough for the people who are supporting this thing. And I think the appointments that are coming down the pipeline are, it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun, and I'm here for it. I'm here with my popcorn and everything else. I'm here for this fun.
And David is fully announcing he owns stock in popcorn companies.
You're going to sell that popcorn to people.
David's selling AI popcorn machines which talk to you.
Yes.
I am here for it. It's going to be a very interesting time to be American.
Well, just think all of those people who only listen to the news, read the newspaper, watch YouTube. If things get reformed and people actually start seeing truth and different things through their social media, do you imagine how messed up they're going to feel after being lied to for so long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. What do you suppose is going to happen next? Because he's going to have an answer for all this woke stuff. And what do you think the answer is going to be? Executive orders down the wazoo?
No, he already's got those in place.
Oh, God.
DEI already knows that they're done, okay? And corporations, I think the next big thing he does is going to be who's his Secretary of State, who's the Secretary of Defense, who are going to take up the key positions that are going to reorganize DEI and how the government was fucked up by it. Because you got to cut jobs. like mega amount of government jobs and the government overreach, which means taking down the ATF, taking down the FBI, completely restructuring it from the ground up. That's the big move for me.
Andrew, can I ask you a question? So, because I'm not really familiar with it, what is this thing about tariffs? So, what's the meaning behind the tariffs? Because it was enforced a while ago at one point, wasn't it?
Sure. So, what tariffs are is when you have goods and you want to ship them into a country, and you want to use ship your stuff in at a lower price because the place that you made it in, its valuated currency and valuated stuff was different. And so you're giving cheap goods here, which will kill American products. They put a tariff on it, meaning for it to be imported in the country, you have to pay a tax on it.
Okay.
Like, could you pay that tax over there, or somebody brings something in, or you want to import something? There's a tax on it. Tariffs are totally different, but tariffs would replace the tax system. That's what Trump was talking about. It's not going to happen. But it was first time a presidential candidate ever brought it up as a heavy subject matter, and it's now actually going to be debated. And the rest of the world is flipping out if it happens, because they would totally redo the entire organizations of power worldwide.
Because for Canada, it's aluminium.
Right.
For Canada, it's aluminium. You could put tariffs on raw materials as well.
Right.
Remember that. And so, what Canada's been playing a little silent game, right? Because there are car manufacturers that are from the US operating in Canada. Chevy Camaro is made in Canada. Okay, and Canada taxes the Ford Motor Company quite a bit. Okay.
Yep.
Canada produces some aluminum. They also produce potash, right? And they send it across to the world. They have been enjoying free movement of their goods and services for a while, and this is what Trump was against, right? Because then it means that the trade between them is unfair. So he was trying to equalize that, and everybody up here is a little bit frightened.
Yep.
Yes.
There's more. There's much more attached to that. It's a signal to all the big corporations that the feeding trough of corruption is coming to an end.
I'm just here with for the popcorn, really. I'm just see what's going to happen next. I'm just here for the popcorn, really, because I know once this man gets into office, when is he getting into office? January the what?
17th.
I don't think that man is going to let the sun rise before dropping a whole bunch of bombs.
Yeah. Day one, yeah. You know he's going to go after all the people that did lawfare against him, but it's not going to be public. It's all going to be private.
Yeah,
okay?
He can hurt them so many ways. so many options. What will I do?
Do you guys want to make a prediction show right now? What's going to happen?
I could predict. I could predict a lot of entertainment in the next few. January. Look, we're starting a popcorn company. We are selling popcorn. All right, we got the best kernels in the business.
Yeah.
Okay. It's January.
We've got left wing popcorn, right wing.
It's healthy, conscious popcorn.
Yeah.
It's non-GMO.
Right. January is going to be a hell of a month in the US and indeed around the world, because I think in terms of priorities for him, it would be axing everything woke and toxic inside his administration. So all the people that have any kind of woke leanings, that man is going to purge the entire system. He's going to do that, right? There's no whatever. When you start making appointments like that immigration guy, yo, right? That man, that guy, the guy who is in charge of immigration, he is not going to take any prisoners. Literally take no prisoners. Okay.
There's a reason he's in there. That guy testified in front of Congress and ripped Congress a new asshole about the reality of what's the borders down there. And they tried to get that guy out. They did some serious meddling with that guy's life and everything. And he's not only in it for revenge, he's in to prove the ideology's failures, and he's going to expose it to its worst degree, which is going to be shit all over the face of the Democrats. And Trump wants that. He wants that shit spread in every Democrat's face. Right? And there's a variety of subjects he can do with it. So it'll be a lot of face rubbing with shit going on.
Andrew, he could just line them up and pee on them. That could also work.
Yeah, you can hire R. Kelly. I'll commute your sentence if you pee on every Democrat.
I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to be. I'm sorry I'm deriving so much pleasure out of this. And the reason because I don't really care about politics that much, but I do care about a certain amount of justice. You see, the thing about it is that if you are legally trained, you will understand that the way they went after what's been happening in the US, which is why they failed so badly, the Democrats this time, is that they were utilizing the legal and social systems against people. So people were afraid to speak. People woke up when this man got in office because obviously he's not afraid to speak. He don't give a shit. Okay, right? People woke up and all of a sudden people are like, yeah, all of a sudden I can say what I feel now. Yeah. And no, you want to cancel me? Cancel me. Cancel me. I don't care. Right? Which is the way to be. People care too much about being popular. Okay? Now, I can pretty much tell you I'm laughing. I'm going to be laughing straight through January. Okay? You want to cancel me? Cancel me. But, nobody cares about that. Besides, I'm part of the 4B movement now, so you can't cancel me.
Something to take note of. So MSNBC and CNN, they had terrible ratings for their election coverage, which proved no one turns to them for election coverage. But now after the election, like every election, there's a crash in their ratings, but this crash in their ratings is 5 times the size of what they expected.
It's the rejection, Andrew.
The rejection is very hard. And we've only seen one guy leave, and that's Chris Wallace leaves CNN. And there has to be a big restructuring of all those big dollar contracts of all those talkers. And then they have some people on there who are just lawsuits waiting to happen. Okay?
Joy Reid,
yeah. Lawsuit waiting to happen.
What do you think is going to happen to Fox News?
So their ratings are going to go through the roof. They're going to have the biggest rating ever.
Yeah.
What about Rachel Maddow?
Oh, she's a lawsuit. She's 5 lawsuits waiting to happen.
5.
Yeah. Do you know, I heard Megyn Kelly say she gets paid $35 million a year for 1 hour a week.
Yep. Yes.
1 hour.
1 hour a week. Yeah.
Because
she's the only one that brings ratings to that network. The only. Okay? She's the only one with star power.
Yep.
They've lost all of their star power because all their star power went to their own channels.
Man.
And they have to build new stars, and they can't do it the system that they have.
You think she'll go? Do you think they'll let her go?
I think she'll just quietly retire, Rachel Maddow.
Right. Okay.
Like the whole reason she's getting paid that amount of money for 1 day a week is she didn't want to do news anymore.
Oh, okay. I don't know where she came.
Come back, begged. And that's why she's getting paid so much to do 1 show a week.
God.
So, Amy and Laura, about that 4B movement, you in, you out? I could get the razor right now.
I'm out.
I'll give you a mangina.
Tap out. I tap out.
What are you talking? Sewing thread. You sew that.
You in, you out. I mean, like it could happen right now. You could just
tap it out.
Wow. I would not. I would not put it past people to continue this trend that they have going on, because I think that things are going to reach a certain head in the United States. People don't like to lose.
So,
Right.
let's talk about what do you think about like security for Trump coming into the next
Yeah.
6 months?
I was
Surely some people behind.
Ironclad.
Yeah.
The only way they're going to kill him is with a truck bomb or a nuke.
Okay. See him going.
As long as you're within 5 miles of him, he'll die.
Okay. Wow.
Did anybody see that? Is it JD Vance? Have I got it right?
Yep.
He was on an interview and what he was saying was so brilliant. And somebody in the comments wrote, "For God's sake, somebody get this man some body armor."
Oh. Yeah. He's going to need it too. Yeah.
Yeah, from all those crazy liberals who've never shot a gun before.
Oh my gosh.
Boy.
Yep.
I think when they turn, I have been watching the left-wing media and the right-wing media. The left-wing media are blaming voters and actually castigating people.
Yes.
Coming on and straight up attacking Black men, Latino men, and whatever else. And I'm like, that's not going to go down well for y'all.
It's because they had nothing prepared. They thought they were going to win. They believed their own echo chamber. They believed their own yes men, and they had no plan B in case they lost. I mean, you're beginning to see some of it switch, but so many of these guys are just continuing the status quo. Trump evil, bad, yellow man, orange man bad.
That's what Hillary Clinton did too. She thought she was going to win. It's the same thing, right?
Yep, same thing. Political error.
Amy, that's because we're misogynist, Amy.
I know.
We're misogynist.
What was funny was, did you see some people wearing garbage bags to the polls?
Yes.
That was great. That was great because Biden called Trump supporters garbage.
Yeah,
Oh,
every one of them garbage.
In a garbage truck.
Yes.
He did what?
He was in
did what?
He was in a garbage truck. Look it up.
No.
Oh.
He called what?
No, Biden called Trump supporters garbage.
So Trump basically bought a garbage truck. Trump on it. And he started going there and they're in the back as, rubbish. And he's driving around president in this huge garbage truck.
He's very clever.
The big garbage unions supported him.
Yes. and the great one. So Harris said she worked at McDonald's at one point in time in her life. So Trump went in and worked in McDonald's and he's there dishing out burgers with dressed in McDonald's uniform.
I know.
I thought that was genius. I think that was a genius move. I really did.
There was a lot of genius. Yeah.
This guy is a hell of a marketer. Let's be real.
He is.
If you I don't see how they had a chance in. Listen, you had to shoot this man and get it right the first time, okay? Right? Because if you're going up against him, you have to be very, very charismatic. Yep. And you have to be a strong person because people gravitate towards strength, which is why he's in office right now, okay? I don't think it was a question of misogyny for a lot of people. People wanted somebody who would stand up to other world powers and stuff like that. And that would not have been her.
No.
Okay, and it came down to the economy as well. And you need somebody who's going to be strong and say, make that deal. Okay, Else I'll leave the table. And he's a New Yorker and he's a real estate guy. So he has, that kind of edge on him. So that's basically what it is. So people brought it down to, but he's a convicted felon. He grabbed women by the,
And nobody's done that in politics? Huh. I don't think so. We don't even know the half of it, right?
Forget about politics. Once you cross over $1 million, you pee on people.
Oh, that's right.
All right.
That's right.
Forget about the politics, right? Once you cross over $1 million, It's time to pee on somebody, or else you're not anybody. You're not part of that top 1%. Oh God. Oh, I can't imagine. Like, you have a whole bunch of money. What will I do today? Pee on somebody. That would make my day. All right.
Oh God.
Oh, I have $2 million. What am I going to do today?
You're going to have a special person working for you. That's your PA.
Yes.
Special arranger, fixer for your PA.
The piss assistant. Like we're joking about that, but come on, seriously. Oh, $2 million. I totally need an underage girl in my life. Sure. $2 million. Yeah. I already crossed that million. We did the PA. Now time for an underage girl. I'm like,
let me go do a concert so I can find them, you know?
I think this is the end of a sick time in history, and I think that this guy, Cat Williams, was right on a number of things, because 2024 has been very interesting.
Yeah.
And if the Diddy tapes are in play, which I think they are, will they come to surface, or will be everything taken care of behind the scenes and a bunch of billionaires just starting to have car accidents?
Oh, jeez.
Or boat accidents, or helicopter accidents, or skiing accidents. They're just having accidents in general.
What happened to that billionaire guy? He fell up the steps. That's what happened to him.
Like the billionaires in Russia that are falling out of sealed hospital buildings, out of a 10-floor hospital. Like 11 Russian billionaires have died from committed suicide by jumping out of hospital buildings.
How the hell are you falling out of a hospital when the guy who fell out of his 6-story apartment, the reporter, right? My man just somehow totally sober, not anything in his body, just happened to be on the balcony and just fell off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's an epidemic in Russia.
It happened to the singer, didn't it, a few weeks ago? What was his name? Was it Liam?
Yeah.
I think, Liam, a guy from one of the most famous bands, One Direction. So there was a thing called, which Simon Cowell does. It's like not Britain's Got Talent. I can't remember what it's called now, but it's basically you go in, you sing, and they judge you, and you can go through and get a record deal. And he was part of this band, One Direction, and they found him. He jumped off like a 3-story balcony, but the actual balcony was like, you're talking like up here, the railings or something. He just ended up dead. They found him dead.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
he was Epstein.
Yes. Yeah.
It makes you wonder how many Epsteinings are going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, because can the world and America handle several dozen prosecutions of billionaires? I think it can. But I think there's a whole bunch of millionaires and billionaires who don't want that shit to happen. I think it should happen, okay? It's a deep part of our human history that's got to come to terms with.
Yeah.
I'm just here for the popcorn, really. I'm waiting for 2025. If I could fast forward time, I would. So, guys, the House is already sealed. Is that what happened?
Yeah. House and Senate and House. Yeah.
Oh, my God. Because Google is not reporting the results.
It doesn't want to, because they're still trying to cheat in Arizona and somewhere else.
It's not going to make a difference because they need to win 10 more seats.
I don't know how it's going to work for them. No, but they're still trying to cheat somehow.
What does this, David, when you say the House is sealed, what does that mean? It's totally Republican, or?
I'm gonna show you what Google is reporting. I think I have the ability to do this here. This is what Google is reporting. You guys see my screen?
Yeah.
So it's reporting Democrats at 205. This is the U.S. House of Representatives. And the GOP is at 214, right? What is remaining? The red states have already been called. So the pink and the light blue states have not been called. All right. So here we have, I believe, this parts of California. Parts of California have have gone red. That is something else. They're pinkish red. I believe. What is this? This is Alaska? No.
Yeah, that's Alaska.
Yeah, that's Alaska. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe this is Washington. And this area here, I can't remember. That's somewhere. Iowa. Right. Iowa is definitely going to go red. So that number is probably going to go up real quick. They need 218 to win the House of Representatives. There are 214, and this number has been stuck there for 3 days.
Wow.
Right. The Senate has already been decided. The Democrats are at 47. The GOP is at 53. That's a majority. And the governors obviously have, the Republican governors have already taken over, right? Yep. But so right now, all that is missing is the House, and they need 4 more seats right here. 218 left.
Can you go over to the U.S. House to the right and scroll down? You see that pink?
Where? There?
Go to the far right on that column, key races.
Maryland?
No, I guess you can't. Never mind.
Maryland hasn't called yet. And Washington hasn't called. And Arizona's most likely going to go red, right? And the Republican Party.
No. So Arizona classically chooses Democrat governors and Republican presidents, and sometimes it's Democrat. They're a really weird system there.
This is how this is the House, and it's going pink, so the Republicans are ahead there, and Alaska. Well, we already know what Alaska's story is. I think this is over though. But Google is not reporting it.
No, they don't want to report it. They want to keep everybody's adrenalines still up right now while the oligarchs of the left are trying to figure out what's the next game plan and how many of the yes men are still telling them yes, how much echo chamber of the hearing versus we lost, they have a mandate, we need to look at everything from the top down of what actually made us lose. And they got to come up with a new plan. They got to come up fast because they're just destroying their credibility as they sit right now.
Mm-hmm.
And they haven't even investigated the 2020 election yet, have they? Where they
Trump has already said he will investigate it, and this one too, because clearly there was cheating being done in this election too.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive!
Yes.
What a time to be an investor in a popcorn company.
Correct.
Yeah.
We'll see. Either which way, even if he doesn't, it's not like he's not going to get the House, because at a lead of 205 to 214, and this late in the game, and Alaska's outstanding, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
That's going to be a real problem for them. To say that they won the House, that doesn't make sense. All right. But the fact that there are now more Republican governors than Democrat governors is messed up.
Yes.
Yeah. Guys, I got to let you go. I've got to get stuff done because I thought today was Wednesday and I had to rearrange stuff on it.
We're going to wind it up now.
We're going to write this down, Andrew. On this day, Andrew had time.
I'm wrong.
I'm writing this shit down.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Thanks, Andrew.
Bye, Andrew. Thank you.
So we'll wind this up for today. What a great conversation.
Yeah.
And I guess if you're a GMO eating Mexican fisher person, I think your days are
And for those,
Go on, David.
For those of you who need any tips on the 4B movement,
David has a razor. Borrow.
I got a razor for you all.
And thanks for joining the Zoom room, guys. That was a great convo in there.
Yeah, it was a good one. We will be back next week with another call-in show. So do call in because we'd love to chat to you. So, David, how can people get hold of you?
Yes, you can get a hold of me at info@unifiedhealthsystems.com. We have a lot of stuff planned for 2025. We're going to be releasing a lot of software for those of you who are in it. We're going to be starting the webinars for the software releases to make your lives easier.
Mm-hmm.
And so be there or be square. Don't miss out on this opportunity because everything is going to be free except the credits. And we give you credits upfront anyway. So it's going to be it's an exciting time to be alive. I will be bringing the popcorn, as you guys know.
Yes.
And also, David, for those health practitioners out there, you have a forum, don't you, for health practitioners now?
Yes, Integrative Health Network. And what we are going to be doing in Integrative Health Network, we have a bunch of medical professionals, conventional practitioners, as well as holistic practitioners who've come together to make things easier for people because we don't care about no pharmacy, medical complex, nothing. When you're dealing with health and wellness, all right, we just want stuff that works. So I wanted to solve that problem. And so what I did was we're creating a platform where the patient and the actual practitioners who care, right? We're not dealing with practitioners who walk around spewing a bunch of pharmaceutical nonsense. So we got people with integrity together, and we're going to be putting them in the same place where people can get like a question answered and so on. We're also going to be putting tools inside there to help you with your health journey and so on, without having for you to break the bank. For you guys in the US, oh, by the way, the UK as well, because the NHS, I don't want to have to say this on a program. I don't want to get you all canceled. I don't want to have to, like, police showing up at your house. The NHS, let me not go there. Let's not go there.
We know so we're not going to say too much because you probably would get cancelled. But me and Laura saw some members, didn't we? And they told us what was going on. You're like, holy shit.
The NHS in England is interesting enough. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
Right. And so for those of you who want to be able to ask a question, I created a second opinion app for y'all where you could put in diagnosis and diagnostics and your medications and stuff and get a second opinion that is going to be 100% right 100% of the time. Right. And so that's going to be featuring in there and so on. So exciting times, I just stuck a pin in the pharmaceutical industry because I can. Amy.
Yes.
Amy.
Okay. So you can reach me at UCM Community, Universal Citizens Media, at community.universalcitizentv.com. Yes, I got it right, David. It's a social platform. We got a lot of free resources and meditations, and David has AI tools and software in there built by him. Yes, right, David? For building your business and website. And we also have live certified classes for you to become certified in hypnotherapy, CBT classes, Yoga Alliance. Was there another one? That's the only two I know.
Yes, yoga teacher training.
Yoga teacher training.
Who want to do yoga teacher training. We have a course in there from the Yoga Alliance that will give you international certifications. That's what we're doing because we're making it accessible for people because let me tell you, it's been, everything has been made difficult for people in the wellness community, especially if you're trying to promote wellness. And we're just trying to make it easier because, I'm idle.
And, when you join the community, we're upping it a little bit, aren't we, David? We're putting movies in there. We're going to put, we have a new video site in there.
Yes, we do.
Yes. Oh, I'm not going to say anything.
It has everybody's past shows and everybody's stuff in there. So if you missed the show, we're going to be putting it inside that video site. It's like a YouTube alternative, except there's no 5-second ads at the beginning, middle, and the end of the.
I know.
Right, there's no 5-second ads at the beginning, middle, at the end. We're taking all of that stuff out, and now you can watch your videos in peace without, you know, stuff.
It's great. So come join us at community.universalcitizentv.com.
Okay.
Fabulous. Thank you. Dale, how can people get hold of you?
If anybody would like a private session with myself, head over to daletobin.com. And I'd like to say thank you for everyone for watching. Please drop a subscribe, a like, and a comment if you're watching in the future. We appreciate your support, and thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you. And you can get hold of me at contact@thepainmanagementclinic.com. Woo!
Ooh,
so
contact. We have contact at thepainmanagementclinic.com. Ooh. Okay then.
So we have our soft opening during December in Ammering. It's Ham Manor Golf Club, Ammering, West Sussex. But just get hold of me. I can direct you where there be big discounts and so on as we get going. We've got the pulsed electromagnetic field therapy. We got Lucia-like therapy with hypnotherapy, counselling, craniosacral therapy, deep tissue massage, sports massage, you name it, we can do it. So that's Dale and I are starting that up, and we can't wait to do that. And we have our erstwhile accomplices, Richard Winter and Bob Anderson as well. So it's going to be quite a team. We're really excited about it, and been doing a lot of work towards this. So yeah, anyone who's interested coming to the south of the UK, we can also get you some very nice not expensive accommodation locally, even in walking distance of the golf club. So we've got a really good setup here, and it's all really exciting. And if anyone does want a session with me, shamanic wise, then contact me at laura2feathers@gmail.com with the number 2. I think that's it. What a great show. Anybody else say anything before we go?
Yeah, so it, as well, we'll be offering like 2, 3, 4-day packages. So if you're feeling stressed out with the election, you want to have a holiday, we've got an Airbnb as well at a great rate. So we can tailor packages specifically for each person as well. And I just want to say thank you, David, Amy, Laura, and Andrew and Joel. And let's do this.
Thanks, everybody.
Rock on.
Rock on, baby.